Was that some all-time awful late-game execution or what? Ladies and gentlemen, the Los Angeles Clippers just threw their season away just like that. What a game. All right. 3/4 of these play-in games that have happened over the last few days, I have been a pretty big fan of, except the one the Suns lost. My Phoenix Suns lost. That was horrible. That was traumatizing. That was absolutely awful. But the Clippers and the Warriors just had a classic, and that followed a pretty good game from the Orlando Magic and the Philadelphia 76ers. And yesterday, 10 out of 10, classic, greatest game of all time. Hornets versus Miami Heat. I mean, that was amazing. But wow, I didn't know whether I wanted to talk about the playing games or not. The Los Angeles Clippers, with like a minute to go, had the worst inbounds play ever. Absolutely trash. I mean, Ben Matherin's inbounding the ball. At least I think it was Ben Matherin. And at first, I'm like, wow, what a horrible pass. And then I think, wait a minute, no, that was just a horrible execution from everyone on the floor. It looked like everyone was stationary. Every single Clipper on the floor that was just standing there. Even Kawhi, being guarded by Draymond Green, was just standing there, and it led to a turnover. And then the very next play, before the very next play, then Darius Garland fouled Brandon Podjemski, of all people, on a layup. And Ben Mathurin got hit with a goaltend on that as well. Then on the very next play, Kawhi Leonard turns the ball over. Draymond gets a steal. Warriors scored again, I'm pretty sure. Then with like 32 seconds left, the Clippers killed 15 seconds off the shot clock, down 7 points, didn't even take a three. That is some of the worst late game execution there has ever been. All right, at least it's got to be top 5. That was so poor. What a season for the Clippers. What a season for the Clippers. They had about 5 wins on December 5th. They fired Chris Paul. They sent him home. Before they deported him, they sent him to Canada, and he promptly retired. He didn't want to play for those Canadians. Then they flip the script. They turn it around. They start winning games. And then James Harden randomly gets traded for Darius Garland. And what? Okay, cool. And they get Ben Mathurin. They traded Zubats, and they got Ben Mathurin. And I think the commentary said they had the 3rd best record in the Western Conference in 2026. And now they've lost in the play-in. A game I thought was going to be a cakewalk for them. Ladies and gentlemen, the Warriors' age showed in that game. The fact they're made out of paper mache showed in that game. All right, Al Horford. Well, not Al Horford. Steph Curry. He left the game at one point because he was hurting. Draymond was hurting at one point. Kristaps Porzingis was hurting at one point. They got Al Horford, who's like 40 years old, hitting 4 threes in the fourth quarter. I think it was 4 threes. It was like back to back to back to back. I'm sitting there screaming, why ain't Batum in? Because there was nothing going for some of these Clippers, like Kawhi Leonard, who had like no points in the second half. I mean, what a game. What a game. What a season for the Clippers, and now it's all over. All right. What a game. Absolutely amazing. Steph Curry went off. Steph Curry went crazy in this game. Tingus Pingus. Kristaps Porzingis was playing great for a while. As I said, Al Horford hit like 4 straight threes. At one point in the game, Steph Curry had 16 of the previous 18 points for the Warriors. This guy's like 37, 38 years old, and he still has to carry this team on his back. All right, he knows what it's like to be LeBron now. Okay, LeBron was having to carry those teams in 2018. Just to get swept by Curry. And now, Curry is probably Well, he'll probably beat my Phoenix Suns on Friday, and then he'll get swept by the Thunder. Oh, but what a game. What a game. Orlando, have they been? No, they haven't been eliminated yet, but they will be because they're going to lose to the Hornets. Philly's going to play Boston. The crowd in Philly was chanting, "We want Boston." They're going to get swept. They're going to get swept, people. And then Charlotte's going to play Orlando. I got Charlotte winning that game. Charlotte could low-key do some damage against the Pistons. I'm not saying they're going to beat the Pistons. But I feel like that could happen. I don't think I'm crazy for saying the Pistons could lose to the Hornets. And, I'm just like, if it was Magic Pistons, Magic are getting swept. Hornets Pistons, that could easily go to 6 or 7 games. It's going to be an exciting series. The playoffs are going to be great. It's just unfortunate my Phoenix Suns probably won't be a part of it, if they play like how they played last night. If they played how they played last night on Friday, it's over. All right. It's over, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. There's still hope. It is over for the Clippers. It is over for the Clippers, though.